So for those that haven't been watching us, last week was a seriously busy week, and it meant we got to do quite a lot through, for me, I suppose, and for the business. So for 2 days at the end of the week, long story short, SCUK had their first supercar tour of the year. And I managed to, well, my diary changed. So it meant that I actually could attend this event, which I weren't going to be able to. And I really got to kind of experience what the GT Move 4 build, it really is. Now, the weather was amazing. Couldn't have got better weather at all, honestly. It was incredible. It just felt like summer had come back, where if you look out the window now, it just looks like 3 months ago again. It's shocking. But it was an incredible event. There were a lot going on. I'm not going to spoil the event with what it is because they haven't released much about it yet, and it's only fair for them to do it. But this event took us to various motoring events across the country, as well as the actual drive and the tour, and it was fantastic. It's one of the best I've done in a long time. It was really, I think I needed those 2 days off, if I'm totally honest. But what it really meant for me was I actually got to really experience the car in good temperatures, on good roads, with capable drivers in serious cars. And I mean serious cars. There was literally 900 brake horsepower McLarens on the event, and 4 of them as well. It literally looked like a bit of Matrix when they were all kind of between each other. And then a couple of gents that I've met a few times, a couple of brothers, they were out, and one of them had an MC20, which is a Maserati, if you don't know what that is. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a ballistic car, but you don't see many about. They're not cheap, and they're quite kind of, you've got to really want one to want one. But truthfully, when you see that on the road, it makes you want one. And his brother actually had a GT4, a genuine GT4. Older generation, same car effectively. And it really showed me what my car and what we've built is capable of. And I knew deep down that it was really this good a car. But at the same time, like, you get out of an Astra VXR, you get into a Porsche, it's going to feel incredible. You also do think your car's amazing. So sometimes it's nice to have a real life comparison. And I think that was what we had. Now, the best part of last week was on the Sunday, so straight after the event, I literally got home, and then we got up at 6 in the morning the next morning. We actually met Max Hastavani, who owns Driven Plus. Now, he was there with his colleague, with Sam, who you probably know as Racing Driver Sam from Carwell. And we were actually there for a track battle. Now, that video, again, I'm not going to release any information on because it isn't fair. It won't be out for a few weeks. I wouldn't have thought till he edits it. But that was against 2 of the most capable cars you can buy for money at the minute without giving much away. I'm not going to give much away on it, I'm just not. But they are between 75 and 90 grand to buy. And my car held its own against them. Now, admittedly, there's 2 ways of looking at this. Those cars were pretty much stock. Max's car isn't stock, it's had a little bit done to it, but it's still stock in effect. A lot more power than mine, but still a stock car. The other car, just insane. Way too good for what they are. Anthony, if you're watching, I keep telling you, you've got one. It's way overpriced. I couldn't buy it. I couldn't justify it, but you've got a car that is a supercar killer. They are insane. This video you're going to see on Driven Plus is going to show you that. But what it really showed me is where my car actually holds its own and what it really is. And that's because it is, or was, a 2-litre base Cayman, not even an S. And everything we've done has been done pretty much in-house. Nick at Genome has done things with the suspension and the alignment, and he's done the tuning. It's got a ragdoll turbo from America, which we've had bits and bobs we needed to fix. The first one wasn't very good at all, if I'm totally honest, and so on. But anyway, we've spent a year kind of getting this car the way I want it to be. It looks insane. I love the car in every way, shape or form. And the last week really proved to me what it can do. The feedback we got from Sam, which I thought was all going to be negative because he doesn't like modified cars and he's probably going to criticise everything because he's used to cars with better everything. So like the brakes are our own brand. I'm pretty sure the Porsche ceramics are better. things along those lines. Actually came back with really positive information. He said it could have done with an LSD, and that probably would have saved a second or so. It doesn't have launch control in our car because I'm never going to use it. I don't like launch control. I think you're just going to damage things. But if we had launch control, excuse me, we probably could have saved another second on the track time because of that. Because I've got a slightly bigger hybrid turbo, there's a bit of lag initially on the launch, and it takes a bit of time to get going. With launch control, we could have literally saved a second or so. And again, LSD, I think we'd have had an insane time. However, the time that we came back with, which again, I'm not going to highlight, is for them to do it on their video, because I appreciate the fact that they've even asked me to go on. But the time we got was mega. Really impressive. What I will say is, I've just seen a video on there. Again, I don't want to give anything away, but there's a car that's a lot of money, bit of a black horse, if that gives anything away. And we were 4 or 5 seconds faster than that. And that's a track car. And that tells you how good the Porsche is. So last week was a busy week. Everything's been over, heads over. I'm still struggling with the workload we've got, trying to catch up with everything. And then we've had another spanner thrown in the works. So we came in on Monday looking at buying another car. And I was looking at 135i's, 140i's, or even a Golf R, just something that's a pretty fast car off the mark. But the spanner in the works is, my partner had a Mini Cooper S about a year ago, which I kind of convinced her to sell because I weren't that impressed with it, and she wanted an M2. We realised pretty quick on that an M2 was going to be too much for her. She could have probably put it in a field. It's rear-wheel drive, a lot of power, not really the car you want to get, especially coming in at winter. So we've got the new 135i. Looks insane. I really do love the look of the car. The interior is a mega. The dash, it's very similar to my G80. The seats are really good. The truth is the car were rubbish. You can't map it because the ECUs were locked, but it had no power. The handling was shocking. And it just wasn't a good car. And I think BMW have cocked up with that engine in that car. And ever since then, she's been looking at Mini Coopers again. Now, the reality is we've been looking at Mini Coopers, they're all dogs. They're all knackered. The older generation, the R52, I think it is, just have bad engines. So we needed to go back into an F series, which is what she had before. But the problem is it wasn't that impressive. And they're a lot of money. Like, she sold hers for 12 grand. It was a really low mileage car on a 2018, so you can get them for less. But it was a really good car. But I have been looking, and what I noticed when I went on YouTube, just to have a look, is there was a guy that's in Sheffield, ironically, a guy called James Balaz. I've tried to contact him on Facebook and Instagram, and he's not replied. You may not see my messages, or he's just not bothered, and that's fine. But what you're going to see on here, he's been messing about with his partner's car, and it's a lovely colour. Really like the colour. I don't know why I like it, because it's a bizarre colour, but it looks really good. And he's fitted a Remus valved exhaust on it and done a few other modifications. And it made me think, actually, we could build a pretty good one of these. Now, I actually found a car yesterday that's exactly the same colour as that. And I thought, I'm going to go and look at it. Different bits on it, different grille, things like that, but the same colour. And it made me think, I want to go and view it. Now, I didn't actually want to view it because every car we've bought recently has been a dog or not looked after. And every car we've viewed, we've just walked away from. I actually bought this car last night. I didn't tell Sam. I told her I was going to look at a BMW. Effectively it is. But we bought the car. It's amazing. It's such a good car. Now, ironically, doing a bit more research before I got there, I realised it is actually this car. It's the exact car. So I have been trying to get hold of this guy to try and find out the stuff he's done on it in the past, but it meant I got the Remus exhaust, there's a few other upgrades. It's just an epic piece of kit, and we're going to give her the keys today and let her see what she feels about this car and if she actually likes it or not, because that's a big gamble. Because if she doesn't, I'm stuck with another car what I actually wouldn't have bought. However, after driving that back home on the twisties last night, I came to realise I actually would keep this car. That is better than a Golf R. It just is. I'm not saying they all are, but that particular car is better than any Golf R I've ever driven. It's insane. We are going to be doing some tricks and tweaks on it. We're going to change the wheels. I'm not a fan of them. I don't think she'll like them. So we are going to change the wheels. But the rest of the car's pretty damn good. It's going to go in the studio in a couple of weeks when I finally get some time to do a day in the bay, which is a new service we offer. And I'm going to obviously get it buffed up. There's a few dry spots on there where it's had a repaint because it had some work done on it. But if you want to see more about what we actually bought and more about this car, keep following the channel, because the next video isn't going to be about my Porsche. We're going to leave that for Driven Plus. My next video is about this Mini, if Sam actually likes it, and what the guys on the sponsor scheme think when we show them what we bought tomorrow at the big open day for the Divine Club. Speak to you soon.